The other night, I came back from a first aid class, and I was feeling shaken. I think what got me was the part where they talked about burns. There were no pictures, fortunately, but the discussion about a second degree from a third degree, it was just too much for me. By the time I got home, I wasn't feeling well. And I just wasn't sure what to do. I mean, I wasn't sick, per se, but I think I felt kind of shocked by the experience. So what I did was I called a friend. I have a friend who is an amazing listener. So I called him up and I asked him if he had a few minutes, and he did. And all he did was really give me space to talk through what was going on for me. So I talked. And really, mostly, he just listened. He didn't comment much at all. He also didn't try to make me feel better. He didn't assure me that everything would be fine. He didn't give suggestions. He just seemed to be able to accept that I was troubled by this experience. And also, from talking with him, I got the impression that it was okay to be troubled by the experience. My shock was nothing abnormal. And so, over the course of about 10 minutes, I calmed right down. And by the time we were finished talking, I felt fine. I was ready to move on. I've often wondered, what is it about people, certain people who are able to listen to me incredibly well? And I think what he did that was especially powerful was just that he was calm. And he was connected and clearly there. And it let me think through and, in a way, process and digest what I'd gone through. And so I came out feeling a lot better. This is a process that I call supportive listening. And I know for me, there are many times in my life where I wish I had somebody to listen to. I'm lucky because I have this friend who does this for me. And I've studied what he does. And now I do this for other people. And it's our desire to teach more and more people how to do supportive listening so that in those tough times there's somebody to turn to. So I've thought about, what is it that makes this work? Why does this work? And I would explain it this way. Let's say I have a tough experience in my life. There's the experience that I had, and then there's my attitude towards how I'm feeling about it. On that night, I went to the first aid class, had a tough time, and was feeling shocked. I don't think the shock was the problem. It was in a way I couldn't accept that I was shocked about this. This process relates to something called crazy making. Crazy making works like this. I have an apple in my hand. But imagine if somebody said, "There's nothing in your hand." I'd say, "Well, sure looks like there's something in my hand." And they said, No, there's really nothing in your hand." If they were believable enough and said this enough, I might start to doubt my own grip on reality. In a way, supportive listening is nothing more fancy than having a friend or somebody I trust say, "There is an apple in your hand and there's nothing wrong with it." On that evening, the apple for me was my shock, but it really could be anything. It's really my hope that more and more people can learn how to do supportive listening. And along those ways, as a teacher, I need to figure out what makes it difficult. I think one of the key things is that for me as a listener, I often think that in order for me to be useful, I need to give suggestions. The approach with supportive listening is different. It really says people are capable of finding solutions to their own problems, number one. And number two, that's really the only road forward. I can pretend to know what's good for you, but in the end of the day, you're going to be doing the solution and it needs to come from you. So as a supportive listener, I'm really doing nothing more than giving you a space in which to explore what you're going through and come up with your own solutions. And all the while, because I'm accepting you, you can calm right down and your best thinking can come out. So to close, I'd like you all to consider how supportive listening might be helpful for you and also for the people you care about. And if you're interested in more information, visit our website. It is www.supportivelistening.org. Thank you.